Hello, this is Robert Smith. I'm here in New York, actually, Statue of Liberty's in front of me, and you can see New York behind me. And I thought I'd address a couple other things like golfing. Of course, I'm not really a golfer, but I know how to improve your golf game because I understand how you process and do things. So, I had this guy come in to see me, and he has a scratch golf game. And I thought, wow, scratch golf, if you're a golfer, it means you just shoot pretty much par. Whatever it says that you can do, you could shoot it. That's the way I understand it. And so I began to sit down. I said, hey, kind of help me understand how you golf. I want to know your secret. He said, well, back when I was, in high school, I wasn't a very good golfer. I didn't know how to golf, and I wanted my father to teach me how to play golf, and he couldn't do it because of relationship issues with my father. So I started reading books and magazines, and so I read this magazine about how I think Jack Nicklaus would, what he'd do is he'd visualize in his mind the ball going in, and then what eventually would happen. He said, I wasn't the best golfer on the team, but I was consistent, and this is what I consistently did is that every time I go up to the ball, I would see the ball go in. And so the more he did it, the more the ball would go in. And so that's how, he did pretty good, but he still wants to improve his game. So he came to see me. And so I started figuring out, I said, but see, he said, my game goes to hell basically when it starts to rain. It just messes me up. I just lose my complete focus and it just goes downhill. And I said, well, how do you know when you're a golfer? He goes, well, when I put my shoes on, I'm a golfer. I said, so you're a golfer while it's raining then, with my shoes on? I said, yes. And so he stresses and worries, and he's always trying to focus on the game while he's got his shoes on. It's raining. I said, well, let's just change it. You're only a golfer when you go like this, and all of a sudden you go into the state of being a great golfer. And so that's what we did. We totally changed his emotional focus on whatever it is that he was doing within him to where he is an automatic golfer only when he went like this. So then all of a sudden all the resources become available, the unconscious resources. And of course, the deal is being a great golfer. Some of you may not be very good golfers. Whatever you want to do. But this is how you become even greater. First of all, you notice when you're getting ready to go up in golf, I see bird poop everywhere around me. Probably sitting in it. So anyway, so here it is. You're getting ready to go up to the golf ball or the shot, and notice what you do inside yourself. What emotions, what feelings, and then you can mentally tap, since you're probably out on the golf course, anybody know what you're doing. So mentally tap it all the way out to where you have peace. And then go up to the ball, notice that you see the ball going where it needs to go. Then you hit it. And if there is any bad shots inside you, that means a lot of us have a lot of or golfers have bad shots. Bad areas, places that you mess up or screw up. And you go back in your mind and go to every golf game, every bad shot, and you mentally, emotionally clean it all up. So you tap it out until you see that ball going exactly where you want it to go. You do it over and over again until you make it clear inside your mind. Then you go play golf in your mind. Go play every hole, and always the ball goes where you want it to go. And you check and make sure that it's pretty clean, pretty clear, going where you want it to go. And then also, there could be a belief system about self too, because there's a guy who came to see me, and he was probably late 50s. He says, it doesn't matter what he participates in, he does really good at first, and then goes downhill ever since. And so he came in, and I said, well, you ever played sports or anything before this? Oh yes, when I was a kid, I was a baseball player. It's the same thing. I do really great, and then it just goes downhill. And then he was a sharpshooter, so he could shoot really good. Tournament's great first couple of times, and then it gets towards the end, downhill again. And so obviously there was a pattern about self, and so I started addressing this pattern about self. And it went back to what his father had said to him, so you don't want to get too cocky. So that was the emotional driver that kept him from being great. And so he came to see me for golf. It's a golf tournament. It's a big one. He says, I always do the same. I always want to do good and all this stuff. So we started addressing these belief systems. Of course, the first, I'm not a golfer, so I don't know all the terminology, but the first shot, it's the long one, and it always goes, he says, it just goes wherever it wants to go, and then it's all bad for me. So we had to change the belief. So we started cleaning all this stuff up. And this is no lie. He came to see me. He said, And he said, last day, he said, I'm doing really great. We tap, 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 clean up, and everything that was his fear, and we cleaned up. So anyway, so he sent me an email. He goes, Robert, I just don't understand it. I'm on the 17th hole. I'm 4 strokes behind, and I still won the tournament. That ball knew where to go. Interesting. It wasn't the ball. Is that we pulled out and got rid of all the fears, all the negative resistance, all the bad shots, and changed belief about self. Again, guys, it's always about self. It's always about how you perceive yourself. It's always what you do within yourself, about yourself. So this is the key. Find the resistance, tap it out, clean it up, and make it positive. So it's just like Larry Bird. Was it Michael Bird, Larry Bird? One of the basketball players. You know, he'd always shoot, and they hired him to miss a shot. It took him like 10 times to miss a shot because he's programmed himself so to always get the shot. And that's what we want to do to ourselves. Always make the shot, no matter what you do in your life. So that's what we're doing. Find where the resistance is, clean it up, and then make it happen inside your mind, and then go out and really test it for real life. So find the resistance, clean up the resistance where there is no resistance, and then see that the ball goes where you want it to go. And always see the ball where you want it. Put it where you want it. If you find any resistance, no matter what part of it is, clean it up. If you have a negative belief about it, tap that out and clean it up. Because you're truly great when you operate from your internal greatness. And that is whatever you imagine in your mind, your body feels and makes true within you. Did you hear what I said? That's very valuable. Whatever you see and imagine in your mind, it feels, seems real at the deepest unconscious level, and you attract it and bring it into your life. Change how you see you, change how you process the world, and make a big difference, and that is in all areas of your life. So again, this is Robert Smith, a little tidbit on golfing, and of course, I can help anybody perform anything better because I don't have to know how to do it. I just have to know how to get rid of the resistance. You're always looking for resistance, and we're refocusing and getting what you want. And some people say, well, Robert, how do you do the positive? This is how you do the positive. Let go of the resistance and see the positive happen in your mind. Feel it happen, see it happen, experience it, say it, make it real. That's the positive. That's where I do positive affirmations. We make it entirely positive. And that's how you do it. Make it entirely positive within your own whole system, the whole body. You know, because I don't do this, even though, or all the positive stuff like that, I make it real inside your mind. And that's what you want. Real, real, real. I'm not an EFT parrot. I'm a dynamic person, and I want to create power within you. And the EFT style works, but we want to make it even more dynamic. So again, this is Robert Smith. Keep tapping, make a big difference in your life by first loving yourself, being nice to yourself, and then love everybody outside you. Release the negative and focus on what you want. And I'll let you look around and see what we have here. These birds, let's see, where are they? See the bird? Seagull. Now he's looking at you. There he goes. I think I'm probably sitting in bird poop too. Who knows? Just for you. It's because I love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Have a good time. Bye.